What is up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you my NFL Week 10 predictions. Can you believe it? It's already Week 10 of the NFL. I cannot believe it. And I'm pretty sure some people, even though it's kind of late, probably want to know my mid-season awards. Yay! So I'll give you guys my mid-season awards. Got my MVP being Matty Ice, Matt Ryan. Got my Defensive Player of the Year being Charles Tillman. J.J. Watt's second close. Got my Rookie of the Year. Now, Rookie of the Year is kind of interesting. I have like 4 possible rookies that could be Rookie of the Year. Doug Martin, Alfred Morris, Andrew Luck, and RG3. It's not saying that Tannehill and Russell Wilson have been having bad seasons. No, I think they've done good with their teams. It's really hard to decide who Rookie of the Year is. Really, to be honest, just because I want to be different, I'll say Andrew Luck for my Rookie of the Year, but people could probably have different Rookies of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, really, to be honest, it's the second best offensive player compared to the MVP. And really, I got to give this one to Peyton Manning of the Broncos. I think what he has done to this Broncos team, even after the slow start, he's just been on fire. But I guess those are some of my midseason awards. Post down your midseason awards if you want. Also, check out beforethekickoff.com. I'm a fantasy writer there. I will have an article up there. And I actually upload some shit on CO Live videos. Most people won't believe it, but go check out CO Live videos. Anyways, let's get started with the Week 10 predictions. Our Thursday night game is a barn burner in the AFC South as the Indianapolis Colts take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I remember when someone told me the Jaguars would be second in their division. And I just said, are you serious? And I remember people bashing me for saying the Colts could go 8-8. And people were saying the Colts would be dead last. What are you talking about, Chase? Well, I don't doubt Andrew Luck. I'm an Andrew Luck believer. And really, to be honest, what he's doing with his team is really magical. They could actually make the playoffs. Now, are they? I don't know. The AFC right now, anything can happen in the AFC. I'm just going to put it at that. But really, the Jaguars ain't winning this football game. Without MJD, this offense is screwed. Justin Blackmon does not know what route he's running. Blaine Gabbert does not know what type of throw to make. Not to mention that defense looks lost. And I actually had high hopes for Jacksonville's defense. I actually thought Jacksonville had a pretty damn good defense. I mean, last season they had a good defense. Their defense was the only reason why they made games close. But this season, their defense is sucking it up. Colts are going to win this one. Now let's move on. We got the San Diego Chargers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is actually a really interesting matchup. My Chargers, they just can't beat good teams. Now they're facing a team that you could guess, I could say, semi-good, maybe mediocre. I don't know what you would call the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers have been playing really good football the last 2 games. Doug Martin has just been on a tear. Last game, he rushed for 251 yards, and the game before that, he had like a total offense of receiving and rushing yards of 267. This kid has been a baller as of late. Josh Freeman is making smart decisions, and really, to be honest, I think San Diego, they're gonna just freeze out. Josh Freeman has been looking good late in the games, and that's when San Diego struggles. Then again, they did step up against the Chiefs, but then again, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. So what do you expect? The Tennessee Titans, 3-6, taking on the Miami Dolphins, 4-4. The Dolphins are actually a team to look out for in the NFL. They're another team that most people probably did not rank high, that could actually, sneak into the playoffs. I'm not saying they will make the playoffs, but they could sneak in. I think Tannehill has been doing good things with this team. Reggie Bush has stepped up his game in levels that I like. He's been injured, but he's been stepping up his game, which is good for Dolphins fans. In all honesty, Tennessee right now, I had high hopes for them coming out of the season, but that was because I thought Jake Locker was going to be the starter. I don't really trust Matt Hasselbeck that much anymore. They're going against a pretty stingy rush defense, and maybe CJ2K can get things going. But really, to be honest, I got to go with the Miami Dolphins on this one. I just don't see how the Titans pull off the upset against them. I don't know if you even consider this upset. The New England Patriots, coming off a bye, take on the Buffalo Bills. Does this count as a second bye week? I don't know. Does it? Because Tom Brady's facing the Bills, who everyone remembers he just destroyed against. He just destroyed the Bills last time they played. And like the Bills were like keeping this game close, and it was like, oh, the Bills could actually do it again. They could upset the Patriots. And the Patriots were like, bitch, please. We ain't getting upset. And then Tom Brady just throws 4 touchdowns. And I believe like the fourth quarter, was it, or the third quarter, one of those ways. But and then Stephen Ridley, he just fucking went off too. He was like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna score too, and he rushed for another 100-yard game. But really, to be honest, the Bills and the Patriots, I don't know what's up with the Bills. Maybe I don't think Mario Williams is a overpaid player. I know many fans are saying he's overpaid, but you got to sit in perspective and look at this. Mario Williams is coming off of an injury. He's coming off of an injury. This dude is not Adrian Peterson. He's not made out of steel. Not to mention, he is learning a new defense different from the Texans under a different defensive coordinator. Now, in all honesty, should the Bills have given him that much money? No, they shouldn't have. But for people to say that Mario Williams is going to be an overpaid bust is really ridiculous if you ask me. Mario Williams is still a good defensive end. It takes certain players time to meld with their defenses before they become, Pro Bowl type players again for that team. So Mario Williams really is not the question for the Bills defense. He's still trying to meld in, and once he does meld in, people are going to fear him. I feel the Bills secondary is still weak. I mean, they got fucking Florence, and he hasn't done shit. Or not Florence, what's his name? I don't know, one of those rookies that they drafted. And then freaking Marcel Darius and the other defensive linemen, they ain't doing shit. I mean, really, to be honest, the Bills' D-line was supposed to be legit. I don't know if feeling the Bills. Fitzpatrick is just on and off, hot and cold. Fred Jackson and C.J. Spiller is this team's offense, and I got the New England Patriots winning this football game. The Raiders. Trying to keep it close. The Raiders could become second in the division if the Chargers keep slipping up, and especially if you looked at the Chargers schedule and compared to the Raiders schedule, whoo, the Raiders have an easy road to probably get second in the division. But they're facing the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore's coming off of a bye week. No, they're not coming off of a bye week. What am I saying? Their bye week was a week before because I had to bench Ray Rice's dumbass. But Ray Rice and Joe Flacco, they're really doing a good job. T. Suggs coming off the injury. Looks like he's never been injured. I mean, he's kind of slow sometimes, but he's not really looking too bad. In all honesty, the Raiders, they will keep this competitive. I really do think the Raiders could keep this competitive. But ultimately, I think Baltimore will win this game. And also, it depends on Darren McFadden, how long he's out for with this high ankle sprain. With his high ankle sprain out, to be honest, it could be a long road for, the Raiders. So, without Darren McFadden, this team's chances go down low. Because McFadden, he's a beast, man. And especially against Baltimore, who's having a hard time defending the rush as it is. Oh, God, I just can't see the Raiders winning this game. I honestly can't. But moving on forward, we got the Broncos taking on the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers, they're hot and cold. You guys know about my predictions. I always say they're hot and cold. But I haven't chosen an upset yet, and I'm not choosing this upset because I want Denver to lose. Because, honestly, I just feel this could be a trap game for the Panthers. The Panthers kept it close with the Bears and really attacked the Bears very well. And really, to be honest, I feel that, the Panthers defense may have some life after, having a close game with the Chicago Bears and then having a good win over the Washington Redskins, who the Panthers were unfavored against. I really think that they could keep this a close game. It could be a trap game, and I'm going with my upset pick to be the Carolina Panthers over the Broncos, but that upset pick is 2% chance of that ever happening. That's why it's called an upset pick. It's not called an upset pick. What's the point of doing an upset pick if I choose a good team? It makes no sense. It's not an upset pick. So, Panthers to upset the Broncos. I guess that's my upset pick of the week. The New York Giants take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And really, New York, they had that Hurricane Sandy. Props up to all you people. Hope you're okay. But really, to be honest, New York, they just, Eli wasn't clutch in the fourth quarter. And I don't really see Eli losing to the AFC North twice. But this Bengals team, I guess what their coach Marvin Lewis was saying, it got to their heads. It was saying, hey, we got to step up. Really, to be honest, I don't see Eli losing this game, 2 games in a row to the AFC North. No, I don't see Eli Manning leading his team to mediocrity. I mean, Justin Tuck said it best. We get on these fast starts, then we start losing games that we shouldn't be losing. And this is a game that the Giants shouldn't lose to the Cincinnati Bengals. It's not that the Bengals are a bad squad. They're just a young squad, not ready to be more tenured veteran teams like the New York Giants. Watch out for the Bengals, though, because like in the next year or maybe two, they will be a team that will be deadly as hell. But for right now, the New York Football Giants will go on to be 7-3. The Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings in an NFC North battle, and boy, have these teams turned around. First, the Vikings, they had a remarkable start to the season. Viking fans were saying, hey, we could actually make the playoffs. And now they're on a skid of games. Like I said, in my week 5 predictions, contenders to pretenders, there's differences. And you know who are winning football teams and you know who are not. And the Detroit Lions, all of a sudden after being shitty and having crappy opponents to face, oh my goodness, they're starting to do well. And now this NFC North battle, it's an interesting battle. Really, who do I have here? I really think that the Vikings and the play of Christian Ponder has not been impressive. I really feel Christian Ponder is being atrocious as of late. I don't really think that he's been wowing anyone. I don't really think he's that entertaining right now. Well, my entertainment shouldn't really affect how I view it, but I really just think that Christian Ponder has just been atrocious. I do not see how he can win this game. I mean, he could, but the way he's been playing right now, I don't know. It's just been iffy, and it seems like the Lions got their groove back. They got that mojo back, and it seems like they have some answers in their running game with Mikel Shore and Joe Bell. If anyone can name me the injury why Javi Best is out for the season, you will get like a plug or something. Because really, it's ridiculous. This guy is out for so long with this injury. And I'm not trying to insult anyone who has suffered it. I know the injury that he has could be serious. But what is up with this guy that he has this injury for so long? I mean, this guy suffered the injury last year. Around this time, last year. And he's still out with it. I mean, what is this guy doing to not recover fully from this injury? Anyways, just post in the comment section down below if you know the injury. The undefeated Atlanta Falcons take on the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees was saying, hey, we got to go beat up Michael Vick and the Eagles. And they did just that. Falcons are like, you know what? We got the Cowboys. And they just beat them. And so now this is going to be an NFC South battle. Could it be a trap game for the Falcons? Nah, I don't think Falcons are going to have much trouble. I mean, unless the Saints defense like finds a way to like intercept every pass Matt Ryan's throwing, I don't see, the Falcons losing this game. I mean, the Saints defense is atrocious. Yeah, they look good against Mike Vick and the Eagles, but then again, that's Mike Vick and the Eagles. The Falcons win this one, and as my friend Alan would like to say, and you should check out Alan and the Ace. It's right down there, before the kickoff. You should check that out. They'll keep on rolling, and they'll go on to be 9-0. Could the Saints upset? It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen in the NFL, but just not on this day. Maybe another day. Maybe another time the Saints could do it, like a year, maybe a year and a half. All right, let's just move on to Jets taking on the Seahawks. Not much really to say about this matchup. It's a matchup where these defenses will shine. It's going to be a good defensive battle. It all depends on how Mark Sanchez shows up and how Sean Green shows up. Really, to be honest, Wilson, he's been clicking it on. Like, I think he's been playing good football as of late, Russell Wilson. Not to mention Marshawn Lynch has been playing good football. Really, to be honest, I think it just comes down to Mark Sanchez and Sean Green to show up to win this game. But I think Seattle, the way they've been consistent so far, and I'm really liking how Russell Wilson stepping up his plays, really impressing me. Got to go with the Seahawks on this one. The Cowboys versus the Eagles. Ugh, what an ugly matchup. Like seriously, what an ugly matchup. Now, really, to be honest, the Cowboys, they just haven't been a disappointment. They've just been inconsistent. The Eagles, now, they're a disappointment. I mean, when you call this team a dynasty, this team's a dynasty. That comes out of Michael Vick's mouth. This team's a dynasty. And they doing shit like this? Oh, how can you call this team a dynasty? This team is a mess. This team is an absolute mess. It's atrocious. what I'm seeing on that football field. Hell, when I'm filming this video, I don't even know if Mike Vick is even the starter anymore. We might even have Nick Foles in here. Really, to be honest, the Cowboys have a tough defense. Cowboys, even though they've been hot and cold, they can at least show some glimmer of brilliance. Glimmer of brilliance to actually be good. So I'm choosing the Dallas Cowboys. The St. Louis Rams take on the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams, they may have Danny Amendola back, which would be a good weapon for them. Too bad the Niners defense just likes to hit everyone no matter what. It doesn't matter who it is. I bet you Patrick Willis, if his grandma was on the opposite team, he would have no problem hitting her. And that's not a bad thing to say. That just shows how spirited this guy is on the football field. But really, to be honest, the Rams are just too young. It's not that the Rams suck. See, there's a difference between a team that sucks and a team that is young. Fans don't really kind of think about this. They just kind of go, oh, this team just sucks. How do they suck? They're young. Like, how many veterans do they have on their team? Like, take, for example, the Eagles. They suck. The Jaguars. I guess you could say the Jaguars are young, but they do have a lot of veteran presence on defense and on offense. So I don't know how they're this bad. But the Saints are a perfect example of very good veteran players, but they are sucking. Like, how many young players do they really have? The Rams, they're very young. It's not like these guys are like they have like a lot of old people on their team. They have a lot of young players on their team, especially on offense. And on offense with young players, it's not like who does Sam Bradford have to throw to that's like a Reggie Wayne, like Andrew Luck has, or RG3 when Pierre Garcon or Santana Moss get healthy. He doesn't have a safety blanket. Not even Russell Wilson has that safety blanket or Ryan Tannehill. But really, to be honest, I honestly think that the 49ers will win this football game. It's not because the Rams suck. It's because they're young. Like I said with the Bengals. The Bengals, they're going to have struggle being really good teams. But wait a year, maybe two, and they will start to rise again. But then again, the 49ers are pretty young. All right, let's just move on to the Sunday night game because I cannot wait for this game. Texans and the Bears. This game is going to be sick. This game is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that game. I mean, the jerseys, and I know some people are weird. Like, they like looking at jerseys. The jerseys, they won't be pretty to look at. But the football being played in that game, woo! I mean, you got J.J. Watt, Arian Foster, Peanut Charles Tillman, Brian Urlacher, Brandon Marshall, Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson, and Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler. Like, really? What the fuck? Like, you're going to have all those big-time players in one building. This game is going to be awesome. And also, not to mention, it's in Soldier Field. This game is... You better watch a Sunday night game. This is going to be a great battle. Hopefully, it is a great battle. But I can't wait for this game. I got the Chicago Bears, though, winning this game. This is a tough game to choose. But I got the Chicago Bears winning this game. It's going to be an exciting game, and I hope it doesn't disappoint. I hope it does not disappoint the fans because I really want this game to be exciting. Two good teams going at it. Hell, this could be, and I'm not saying this like it will happen. Could, keyword, could be a possible Super Bowl preview. Possible. Not saying it will. Not saying this will be our Super Bowl. This could be a preview of what to see in the future. Moving on forward. The Chiefs take on the Steelers. So, my question is, are the Chiefs in the Matt Barkley sweepstakes or the Colin Klein sweepstakes? That's what I want to know from you guys. If you guys are college football fans, tell me down below, who should the Chiefs draft at quarterback, Matt Barkley or Colin Klein? Both are pretty damn good quarterbacks, so you guys decide. But anyways, the Chiefs versus the Steelers. Really, to be honest, Romeo Crennel is not the answer. The Chiefs have just been lackluster. Like, it's ridiculous how bad they are with their running game. It is ridiculous. They're using Dexter McCluster in such weird ways. Like, they're trying to make this guy like he's Percy Harvin or Randall Cobb. and he's nowhere near those talents. And honestly, the Steelers, could they possibly lose this game? I mean, they did lose to Tennessee. But then again, this is at home for the Steelers. And really, I think the Chiefs just have too much problems. And I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this football game. So pretty much those are my predictions for this week in the NFL. Comment down below your predictions. Subscribe above if you like me. Also, like I said, check out Before the Kickoff, Allen and Days Q&A. It's the both are in the description box. See live videos. I actually uploaded something on there. And follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. I'll see you all later. Oh yeah, Olive Tree Podcast with my boy Justin, which we will be doing soon. Don't think we won't. But I'll be back soon. You haven't heard the last of me.